Welcome to your new favorite paranormal podcast. I am your host, Kevin Leonard, and with me, as always, my paranormal partner in crime, Corey, the ghost detective Beebe. How you doing, Corey?
I'm good. I didn't expect that one. Is that what you were going with when you in that blooper reel from last time when you didn't know what you were
It
thinking?
was.
I mean, I'll go with the ghost detective. That's fine. I've been called much worse. That's fine. No, I'm doing good. It's been a decent week. I have no real complaints. And Into the Paranormal hit 50 subscribers on YouTube, which is cool. We've slowly gained an audience, and I'm really excited about that.
Yep. So yeah, thank you for everyone who has hit the subscribe button and listened to us on Spotify, Apple Music, or Amazon, or wherever you may stream this podcast. Thank you for allowing us into your ear holes. So,
Yeah.
what's been going on? Do we have any news stories? Oh, last night, Corey, I don't know if you saw the Northern Lights were
Oh my
visible
gosh, isn't that
in,
crazy?
yeah,
I'm pretty
yeah,
much everywhere
yeah.
in the northern hemisphere. Isn't that nuts? I never in my life, now coming from someone that lived in New England, I have seen them as a kid. Um, I never thought they would be this far south. Um, I seen that people in Alabama were seeing them, and I knew that was possible that had happened before. I have never seen people in the Florida Keys were seeing the aurora
Yeah,
borealis. That is insane.
yeah.
So cool.
Apparently, the last time Tracy was looking it up last night, and apparently the last time it was like I want to say either 2006
It was
or 2016. 20, I think it was
the
2006. I remember the six.
the last time there was this strong a storm. Someone posted this about six times. I'd seen it on Facebook. Was '03.
Oh, three.
Um,
Okay. It
was
was
the last time there was a
a
G5
multiple of
level.
six.
Yeah, close enough. But yeah, so it's a 1 in a 20-year kind of event. And we have it again tonight.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Well,
pulsating
depending on
off and
when you're
on.
listening to this, as of the time of
Well,
recording,
right.
yeah, it
Um,
is May 11th right now.
and May 12th we also so you it'll be gone by the time you guys see this, but those we're still under a magnetic storm problem watch thing that they put out, and did not know that these storms were measured like hurricanes and tornadoes. They have those levels up to G5, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. The photos I've seen. I always thought the Northern Lights were um, just an awesome we love science and history, right? This is
Yeah.
one of those cool scientific things. Um, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Nature and science is cool.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
Not necessarily paranormal. It's above the normal, so whatever, but cool nonetheless. Tracy and I stood outside. We had a rare Julie sighting last night. That was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Julie came by for a little bit and we all kind of looked up at the sky. So that
Nice. That's
that was
awesome.
fun. Yeah.
Very cool. Very
I seen
cool.
a whole bunch of awesome pictures, like you said, people posting online or whatever. Some people got some really cool shots, and also UFO activity apparently during
I
this
did
event
hear.
has
Yeah,
picked
I
up.
heard.
I saw right here in southeast Georgia. We and like one of the local Facebook groups, someone had posted a string of lights in the sky. I saw the picture, didn't look like a plane, didn't look like anything that I've ever seen before. But was it UFO? Don't know. Uh,
Right, right,
it
right.
was unidentified and it was an object. I don't know if it was flying, but it was in the sky.
Hey,
But it was
I think
cool.
that's very neat, very cool. And yeah, I also did see Jason posted this, and Jason Hawes of Ghost Hunters fame. Um,
Huge fan of the show too.
I'm sure Jason listens every time. I'm sure he absolutely can't miss
Mm.
it.
Yeah.
Um, but he posted some show, and I didn't read the whole article. Had some really
Oh yeah.
did you see that they had
Hmm.
put the episode out, without really talking to the people that were involved in the episode. It was a very sensitive subject. And even Jason, and I've never seen him really take aim at other para TV kind of things, but he said this is the crap that networks are putting out. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, damn, kind of makes me wonder what led to ghost hunters being off travel, if there's some hostility there, like, and
And it
and
was
where
Travel Channel wasn't the network in question that put out
what
that
was
show, but
no, it
the
was
fact,
not.
yeah,
Right.
your point still remains. It's still valid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, good for
And
him for calling them out. And I did see
yeah,
in that same article that that network is working to fix what they did. And
yes,
I
yes, which
saw
is
the
only right.
yeah. Not to get too deep into the article, but the family was really upset about seeing what was in the episode and everything and what the show was portraying to happen was really it was disgusting, really.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. And we, you know, just not a good, once again, not a good look on paranormal television. And
Yeah.
have to agree with Jason Hawes' sentiment there.
Goes back
Even
to
even though I don't like,
Go ahead.
so I was just saying, even though I'm not really a huge fan of what the show Ghost Hunters has become, um, at least they've never done that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, and I
Yeah.
just want to stay on Jason. I did see, and this is the thing. I was talking to you this before we got on. Satori just graduated
Got
from
our
Rhode Island,
bachelor's degree. Yeah.
got a bachelor's. She donated some stem cells, kind of a rare kind of thing. All these great accomplishments. So, what I want to say is, we have to remember that when you see people online, they're almost a persona, right? We don't know. I don't know Zach Bagans. No idea. I know
But he's
what
a
he
huge fan of the show.
prays. I'm sure he watches every week too. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that if I think I almost said Elizabeth Warren, that is not the correct Warren. That's a senator. The Warrens watch from the other side. I think they're big fans too. Maybe even John Zaffis. Why not? Um, but no. So I just thought about it. It's good to remember people are real. People are real, but you know what I
They
mean. Like
are.
that, yeah, we know
They
that.
exist.
They do exist. Um, and they're doing things in life that are not talked about, that are positive and good for them, and make doing their accomplishments.
Right.
So
We
we
can't
might,
let the negative overshadow the good things that some people
yeah,
do. And every I guess every story has two sides. Not getting into their controversy or whatnot, but it just kind of
no,
goes to what we were saying on those episodes that we did bring up, the Cody and Satori controversy or whatnot. It just, you can't go and bash these people because of the negativity that you see that's being in the limelight, that's being what's the word, showcased or whatever. But
right,
um
right,
but
very
yeah,
much.
good for give us Tori. Congratulations on your bachelor's degree.
It's awesome.
Yeah, keep it up.
Hell yeah.
But what you were saying about the that show, I believe it was in the UK. I don't know. I think so. I don't know.
Yeah. Hmm.
But it goes back to what we were talking about in our previous episode. And it should be a message to all paranormal content creators, regardless if you're on YouTube or Discovery or whatever you're on. Do better. Like,
Do better.
just do
Yeah,
better.
absolutely.
Stop faking stuff, stop being nasty and just putting out stuff that you wouldn't want put out about your family. You can't put out personal information without consulting with the family or the parties involved and expect there not to be consequences, regardless if it's from the party involved or your audience, because even the audience will see that and it puts a negative light on you and the network or platform that you're involved in.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's probably legal because they probably signed paperwork and give them the right to do that. It's just not a moral high ground, right? We're not taking the moral high
Mm-hmm.
ground doing that. So it just comes down to, like you said, do better. And we can and we should
Yep.
um, hold that level of professionalism. Um,
So
right.
let's get into today's topic. And
Well, why are we going so fast? We got stuff going on, Kevin. We got to
well,
talk. We got
oh,
Beta
we
Quest. You're gonna
do?
just skip Beta Quest?
No, and I encourage you, our beautiful audience, not to skip Beta Quest.
Oh, please
Coming
don't.
up Saturday, May 18th at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Camden County Middle School in Kingsland, Georgia. Beta Quest, they're going to be putting on one of their second annual event. Or is it their second annual?
I think that's more than that at this point, but
It's more than that. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
yeah,
The Camden County Public Library was their second annual uh,
yes,
Friday fandom event. Sorry.
correct.
Beta Quest, they're putting on their annual Beta Quest event, a small scale convention at the Camden County Middle School. And as I said, it starts at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. They're going to have cosplay, voice actors, um,
Kappa.
us, yep, us. Uh,
Be a lot of
the
fun. I
Coastal
can't wait.
Atlantic Paranormal Association will be in attendance as vendors. We'll be set up. You can come by, talk to us, hang out. All that fun stuff will be there, and I am excited for it. I can't wait to walk around and meet some of these people. There's going to be a lot of merch tables from your favorite vendors. Come take your picture with some awesome voice actors. The link will be in the show notes and in the description down below. So go there. I believe tickets are like $12.
Yep.
You would think at this point I would have it memorized. They do have a VIP package, and it's for a
That's
good cause, raising money to send their beta team to the nationals. So support your local school, support your local beta, and come hang out and have an awesome time. Again, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., May 18th, Kingsland, Georgia, at the Camden County Middle School.
hope to see you guys there. We also, as you said, we did just do our. We were at the Camden County Public Library, did their Fandom Friday event. Met some cool people, had more cool stories. Camden County Library is like a home away from home for us at this point.
Yeah,
We love going there. They treat us like royalty, and we love them. And we love that we can help, support a library. Local libraries are still so important. I don't think we can say that enough.
right.
So thank you so much for having us again. Probably going to be there again. Not going to go into too much detail, but
Yep. So
so
stay
it's
tuned to
always
our socials and right here. And as soon as we have dates set up, we will post them. So hopefully, like you said, we're going to be back at the Camden County Public Library pretty soon. It'll be here before you know it.
it's already halfway through May, man. We're going
Yeah,
quick.
yeah,
Going quick.
yep,
Um,
yep. And if you would like uh the Coastal Atlantic Paranormal Association to be at your location, um, email me at info@cappaparanormal.com. And we'll talk and we'll set something up. We love doing these events. We love meeting the people and hanging out, hearing your stories at the Camden County Public Library. We did hear some awesome stories. And we had a lot of people come up that were interested in joining, interested
yeah.
in possible investigations being set
Investigations.
up, being set
I
up.
do like the kid that let us know that there were bodies
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
He was wondering why we weren't ghost hunting that second,
yeah,
because there were
yeah,
bodies buried everywhere. So that
yeah.
was
That
that was
was,
fantastic. I love it.
yeah.
That was fantastic. It's always a good time,
Hmm.
and that was fun. But yeah, this today's topic. I always love talking about these case files because you really get into, and this one, um, for me, was a really special one. I I believe that this specific place has the most paranormal activity per square foot.
Gotta love my internet.
I'm gonna say that. Um,
Yeah.
I just I was watching. You were drinking that Dr.
Diet.
Pepper coconut, not sponsored.
Should
I
be.
know. I don't know why I said diet. No, screw no. If you're
Trying
gonna
to
drink a
say
soda, drink a
something,
soda.
Corey.
No, do you see this? I got like three chins here. I can't talk. Anyway, but yeah. So, would you agree? Like Gilchrist, the historical Gilchrist County Jail, um,
Yeah.
maybe the most paranormal activity per square foot of any place we've been.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, we've been twice now to the Old Gilchrist County Jail, and both
Correct.
times,
We've been twice.
yeah,
I
I was
was
trying
not
to
there the
think. It was,
second time, but I mean the second time. Um, I think that's the time that we had. Uh,
yeah, I love my internet, man. So you guys with the viewing pleasure will see me kind of skip in and out. I know the people with the audio, only listening to the audio, probably don't care about any of that. But maybe it's the geometrical storm that's happening, because it did say that like your internet is gonna be funky and cell service and all that stuff. So I'm gonna blame that. Damn you, son. But yeah,
yeah, I don't know what
I don't know. But we're gonna roll with it.
works for me, but
Yeah.
so and the
Yeah,
second
this
investigation was with the one and only Rob Demarest
yeah.
joined Capper on that one, so that's very cool. But I just want to go into some of the pretty neat experiences that I remember having at the jail. Now, I will say this was when the jail. This is when I was there, 2017. I believe both investigations may have been 2017. That's my thinking. I think one was like April, one was later on in the year.
Yeah.
Um, I was on sabbatical.
I want to say June. June is when we went the second time. Don't know what year. Forget.
Makes sense. Uh, but yeah, so I do remember getting there and um the of course, as many jails from this time period, they have like a little house off to the side, or not off to the side, but attached, just like Hamilton County does, just like Old Bleckley, which we're going to, does. Um, all just connected.
Hmm.
So it was very um interesting. This was the first jail I had done, but I remember one of the rooms I was hanging out with you and it was all four of us that were investigating the jail. Two former investigators with Kappa were there as well, and
Hmm.
we were. They left. One of them had a very bad feeling, and I remember we stood there probably for another 10 minutes, and we both looked at each other and said, "We gotta go," and we didn't know why. I don't know why we both got that feeling. It was just a very odd feeling. I'm not big on feelings, but we both felt that something was off and we should leave the room. So we left. No, we didn't run. We didn't storm out. We just quietly walked and said, "Okay, we'll come back to this."
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, so still can't explain that. I mean, it's not electromagnetic fields. There's no big wires. There's no at the time. I don't know if it's different now, but there was no power um
Yeah.
really running into that section. So I can't really explain that, but that is what happened. We were lucky enough to have a wonderful person by this name Michelle, who was uh, showing us around, and she did join us for the investigation. And I also remember a time standing at the bottom of the stairs with you and her, and you were on one side of me, I was in the middle, she was on the other side of me, and we both heard this just a sigh, and we both look over at Kevin, and we're like, "What's wrong?" Kevin's like, "What?" uh, and we had both thought we heard him, and was not him. Luckily, we had recorders rolling, and we were able to go take a look at that. And you know, turns out we caught it. It was clear as a clear, breath, a sigh.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, even that night, I remember hearing the craziest footsteps and bangs I'd ever heard.
Well, it
I
was in
mean, it
that same
sounded like a
moment.
freaking elephant.
It was in that same moment that we heard the sigh or breath that we were at the bottom of the stairs. Um, Michelle was actually standing with us, so it was the three of us at the bottom of the
Yep.
stairs, and the two other investigators were like across the courtyard and sitting at picnic tables, like nowhere near the jail. It was literally just the three of us that was anywhere around, and no one else was inside. And we heard footsteps coming from outside, like loud footsteps, heavy footsteps, to where we stopped talking because I think we were talking about that breath or sigh or something. And we stopped and looked around the corner thinking someone was going to walk in the door because I want to say like the
Yep.
door to the jail was just like wide open. Um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you could see like the light because it was like a street light right outside and it shined through the jail. That was like the only light inside because as you said, there's no power, so there was no lights on inside. So that was basically giving like the only light. And we stopped and looked at the light on the wall, waiting to see like the shadow or like figures walking through the doorway, and we didn't see anyone. The footsteps stopped. We looked at each other again and looked around the corner. Absolutely no one there. Walked out there,
Go on.
and they're still down there just talking, like not paying
Yeah.
any attention, just
And and
mid
and
conversation.
these were, I mean, it sounded like an elephant was coming through to me. It was so loud.
Yeah,
Um, Probably the most distinct footsteps I've ever heard.
yeah,
Um, and for me, that was quite the experience. I do remember in this same time frame standing with you and Michelle. There was a window off to the side, and the doorway into the residential area was there, and we were looking at an area, and it got dark. This specific area got almost. We watched it get darker, 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 and it almost had a shape to it. It was more of just this black mass that kind of enveloped and then went away. Um, I'm not really sure what that was. I do remember experiencing it. Um, could have been a trick of whatever that we were just all experiencing at the same time? It's definitely possible,
yeah.
but we all had it happen. Um, and it was right, I think that was right in the area that that guy who had been left for dead was,
Yeah.
when they had found him. So, I mean, in an odd place for sure. Um, I I do love, and I'm so happy that Henry Lee, who's the owner, has now made it an historical national landmark. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Like
And
anyone that
it's
is willing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying it's not only that, but like because when we went both times, the jail was very overgrown with just like vines were growing up the sides of it. It was almost just taken back over by nature.
Yeah.
And that's, no shade to the former owners. But it was just very unkept and I don't think they had like the means necessarily to afford the upkeep of the jail. Um, but it was just you had to basically walk through a jungle just to get into the jail.
Yeah.
And Henry, the new owner, he's taking care of all that. It's all like it looks like an actual building now. Not
Yep.
like a
He's
Mayan ruin, but
right, and he's working on making it a a museum.
Mm-hmm.
He's not only that. I mean, he's trying to put on events that bring the paranormal community together. I think it's great.
Well,
Um,
and he's showcasing the history of not only the Gilchrist County Jail, but also the town of Trenton, which is the town that the jail is located in.
yeah,
And he's bringing like, you hear my cat?
I did
Uh,
not.
no? Oh, yeah,
Oh,
my cat's meowing. But
yes, I
she's
do.
yeah,
Never mind.
she's trying to get on the podcast, but she sorry. He's showcasing the history of Trenton, the history of Gilchrist County. He's actually done a lot of his homework, a lot of his research, and he's bringing that not only the paranormal side of things, but the history of Gilchrist and the jail to the forefront. Whereas a lot of the history of especially the jail is swept away and is kept away. I want to say that all the records of the jail were mysteriously burned in a fire
Yes.
under
Yeah, they don't have much
suspicious
record.
circumstance. Yeah.
Yeah, they
So,
don't have much records. We
yeah.
know a few things,
Hmm.
but a lot of the information that we had when we went the first time was what psychics had found.
Right.
Name wise, we didn't have much. We There was not much to go on, public record wise,
Hmm.
but still, and I know that was kind of, uh, you know quick on the experiences that we had, but we heard, you know once in that when you guys were there, there was like a whistling or something, correct?
Yeah, it was weird. So Rob was with us when we went the second time. And so Kyle, a former investigator, good friend of ours, but he was with us. And Rob had actually sent Kyle upstairs in the jail by himself to do a little investigation by himself or whatnot, while Rob, myself, and uh, Callie and Susan was actually with us. Were still downstairs, and we were just down doing EVP sessions and investigating or whatnot. Michelle was with us downstairs as well, but Kyle was completely by himself up there, and he heard whistling, and for whatever reason, it was the American Horror Story theme that he heard. So I don't.
I remember, yeah, because that's weird. You know and it's also like the Kill Bill. It's very much Kill Bill, American Horror Story,
Mhm.
and you would think, and I think that's what led everyone to believe that, oh, maybe this was the guy that had been dumped there, because that was a newer
Yeah, newer
thing that
thing,
happened. That you think that would be the only person that would know that whistle.
right?
And I know that was a whole conversation, we had, like, trying to identify who that may have been,
Right.
because that's fascinating. That's right.
Yeah, but that
Um,
wasn't the only time that we heard like the random whistle here and there, but that was the most distinct whistle. Kyle was by himself and he caught it on audio. Um, but he heard like the American Horror Story clear as day. We didn't hear it at the time that what he heard. We were just hearing it throughout the night while we were there. But
which kind of makes sense. A jail, you get bored, you whistle.
right,
Makes perfect sense to me.
right,
Nothing else to do,
right.
you
I
know.
definitely I want to go back. Well, I mean, we got the EVPs that we did get from there. The audio aside from the whistling, we got a lot of your standard jail audio. Your get outs and go away stuff like that or whatnot. Um,
Right.
we got plenty of that when with Rob and we were just upstairs, and every time that Rob would hit the recorder, we'd ask questions, and every response seemed like go away or get out. I
What is it with that? Always go away and get out.
don't
Try to
know.
get out. national pastime EVP. It's always go
Yeah.
away, get out.
We got the same thing in the first time we investigated the Chowan County Jail. It was just go away, get out. It's a lot more vulgar though at the Chowan Jail.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
got get the F out, and
yeah.
it was
That's
racial slurs.
yeah. I mean that place seems to have a lot more, had a longer history too, and a more
Yeah,
violent history. So that
yeah,
could
it
be.
definitely when you compare
Um,
the two, the Chowan County Jail was built in 1805 or 1825.
1825, I think that's when it was.
1825. So it's got 100 years on the Gilchrist, because the Gilchrist was actually built in 1925.
It was
And
only in operation for a little over 40 years.
yeah, it closed down in 1968.
So, and this is, if and anyone's watching, or if Henry Lee is watching, open invitation for you to come on and talk. We'd love to have you. Um,
Yeah.
really, really wonderful what you've done for that building and preserving its history. And I can't wait to eventually get the chance to go back. Truthfully, it really is a neat place with, and we always kind of end that talk with the one thing, and I have to ask you, Kevin, just from, and it's been a bit, but just from what you've experienced at the historical Gilchrist County Jail, do you believe it to be haunted?
I do. I do believe that the Old Gilchrist County Jail is haunted. There is definitely spirits there that still want to tell their story. Um, and they're very vocal. And
Yeah, I would.
uh,
Yeah,
there,
absolutely.
yeah, there's plenty of claims. If you're a blonde female and you go to investigate, or you're there for any reason, it's very possible that you'll even get touched. So what about you, Corey? Do you think is it haunted?
Oh yeah, yeah. I have the same sentiment about the. Well,
Is it
I'm
haunted?
not.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I have
Yeah.
the same sentiment
Yeah,
sentiment
it
as you.
is.
And, the place definitely has paranormal activity. Um,
It got some ghosts.
it's got ghosts, and not the kinds that's dust. It's got the real
Yeah.
kinds. No, I
Um,
mean, oh, okay, yes,
what was at the Gilcrest that we saw, like, did you and I see, like, we hate orbs, but was it the Gilcrest that we saw, like, visually with our eyes, not on any sort of camera, that light anomaly?
yeah,
Was it? Okay.
I believe so. Yeah, yeah. When you see a light anomaly with your actual eyes, it's more,
Free
you know,
floating, not a beam of light from like a
right.
flashlight outside or anything like that. It was just a free floating,
Yeah,
sizable, not a lightning bug. Because don't think I've seen a lightning bug since I was 5, 6 years old, to be honest. But it was, if memory serves me correctly, you and I saw a free floating ball of light just go across the room and then dissipate.
I do. Yeah, yeah. That was, a light anomaly like that makes you scratch your head a little more.
Yeah. Like if it was something
Definitely.
on screen, I would, with what we saw, if it was exactly what we saw, but it was just on camera, I would, a little bit, but at the same time, dust can kind of reflect off the IR lights and it can
Yeah.
look interesting, but
Cam-
then at the end of the day, it's
cameras
dust.
do cameras do a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
But we saw it
where
with our naked eye.
yeah, no clothes on these eyes,
No, they
all
were
naked,
completely nude.
in their birthday suit. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, yeah. The place seems to has a lot of different activity. You seem to have some poltergeist,
Yeah.
style activity, the footsteps, the bangs, you got a lot of EVPs and whistles and vocal
Yeah.
kind of things. And
Very
you
intelligent
also,
responses.
yeah, and there's intelligence to it, very much so.
Not
Um,
to say that there isn't also residual activity that can occur there.
I
You can
mean,
have both, I think.
those footsteps very well could have been
Right.
a residual thing.
Right.
The whistling could be residual. I
Yeah.
mean, they're all, you never know.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a fascinating place,
Yeah.
and definitely in Kappa's book, it is
One
a
of our
place.
favorite locations.
Oh yeah, yeah. Per, like I said, per square foot, it could be one of the most haunted places in Florida. If
Yeah.
you go off the square footage, it's not a huge
It's
place,
not a big place. Yeah.
but it's got activity.
Yeah.
Which you'd think actually gives you more of a chance. The spirits could ever get too far from you.
Yeah. You're
And,
in arm's length of a ghost wherever you are at the Gilchrist County Jail.
that was good.
You like that?
Yeah, they should put that. They should hire you as a slogan person for the.
They should
You're
put it
only an
on a
arm's
shirt.
three.
Put it on a shirt, but you
Yeah,
got to have the Kappa logo right there.
that's got a cat. Yes, yes. Uh, so yeah, I think that kind of wraps up what we want to talk about Gilchrist. Hopefully, we will go back at some point in the future and have so much more to talk about. I can't wait for that day. Um, it'll definitely be good, and we'll
Yeah.
have a good time with it.
So yeah, as you were saying earlier, Henry, the new owner of the Gilchrist, if you're listening, if you're watching, um, open invitation if you ever want to come on the podcast, have a conversation with us about the Gilchrist County Jail, uh, share some insight, some of your knowledge on it, the history, spread the word of it. Open invitation. We'd love to have you on. Love what you're doing with the place. And yeah, as you said,
Yeah.
that about wraps it up. Corey, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me Corey Beam on socials. I only have Facebook and Instagram because I don't do X, as we all know. I don't do the drug, and I don't have many X's, so X
Straight
is just
edge.
not something. I'm very straight edge. Also, you can
Oh,
find what?
call a
Oh, did my
priest.
voice? You can also find Into the Paranormal on Facebook at Into the Paranormal Podcast. And remember to, we still would love some stories, experiences, anything like that. You can send to Into the Paranormal Pod at gmail.com.
Into the
What
rear.
was
That was a
my
laugh, but it was.
everything? That didn't sound like a laugh. It sounded strange. Um, we always have a good giggle here.
Yeah,
Um, but
it's a
Kevin,
giggle fest.
where giggle?
Yeah.
I'm the giggle master.
Email them at IntoTheParanormalPod at gmail.com, and you can find me and Kappa across all platforms at kappaparanormal.com. Click the link to all of our socials right there. You can find episodes of this podcast at kappaparanormal.com. If you feel your home or business is haunted, please email us at info@kappaparanormal.com or go to kappaparanormal.com and click the request help button. If you are into the paranormal and have always wanted to become a paranormal investigator and would like to join the team, join the Kappa family right there at where? kappaparanormal.com. Click the join the Kappa family button, the link. There's tons of information, even if you're just a paranormal enthusiast, tons of information, uh, glossary of terms, everything you need to know about the paranormal, and then some. Probably not everything you wanted to know about the paranormal because we're always
But
evolving, always learning, always finding something new.
and you could
But
learn about sanguinors.
yeah, it's all right there on the website, kappaparanormal.com. But yep, that will about do it, folks. Any last words, questions, comments, concerns, Corey?
All I have to say is I hope to see y'all at Beta Quest. Thank you once again for now at 51 subscribers. We are so thankful for that. And keep following, liking, sharing, subscribing, ranking us, whatever you have to do. We love it. And we, you know,
You know.
we just love it. You do know.
All right.
Um, yeah.
As always, I have been Kevin Leonard. That has been Corey Beam. And this has been Into the Paranormal.
Everybody take care, and thank you so much for watching.